Good morning, everyone.
I'm good.
Let me move the phone out of the way in case it rings.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it going to rain or isn't it going to rain? Or... Oh, that's cute too.
So, I'm just, oh no, I was going to move it. We've got a lot to show today. The back table is
Jam-packed.
overflowing. Couple things I'll say for next week, but we just got a lot to show you, a lot going on, and Mona's got a great demo for you. And before we get to that, I'm just going to show you a couple things. This was Kim's card from the blog this week, and the bees are from Photo Play. It was a stamp set, this one right here. The little beehive was a die from My Favorite Things, and she did the inking technique. This is a new background. Who had that background? Oh, I think it might be Honeybee.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a new, like the Honeybee little scallop background. Whatever it is, we have it in the store. And inking and so on. And she just did such a beautiful job, as she always does. So you could check out more information on this on our blog. And before we get into everything else that we have to show you, I just want to go back. We have the deer die that I used in a Facebook Live with inking and embossing patterns. We got this back in stock, so kind of look for that if you kind of missed out on it. The other thing that came back in stock is the splatter stencil from Lawn Fawn, and a lot of people have been asking about that, so this is back in stock. And one other thing that I want to show you before we move on is Kim has a class. So Donna, you need to kind of look at these cards and come up with your clever descriptions. And these are from the Pretty Pink Posh collection that just came out recently that we sold out. We restocked, we sold out again, and we restocked. So after this class, I'm sure we're going to sell out again, and we will restock. And what I love and what the attempt was, more so with the dinosaurs, is to do them, in kind of gender neutral colors, so that, because dinosaurs are like definitely loved by boys. But there is a really cute video that Jess put up, I think on our Facebook or whatever. She sent us a little video. Brianna has this huge, it's probably 3 foot long dinosaur stuffed animal, and she's running around in the backyard trying to hide it somewhere, and it's too big to really put anywhere. So, girls love dinosaurs too. So these are from the Across the Miles and the Construction set. They're stamps, dies, and stencils, so you will be creating these 2 cards. And then in the next 2 cards in this set, you'll be using the dinosaurs. And she's actually incorporated an interactive piece to this. This is a volcano die from MFT. And we have these available for the people taking the class. If you want to add on this die, if you're going to want it, we're selling it at a special price, I think, of $10. I think it's like at $18.99. So the people that take the class can get that die. And she'll go through and show you how to create this card. So these are awesome, awesome, awesome cards from Kim, as usual. So look for this class. Donna, maybe by the end of this, she'll come up with a name. What are you going to call this class? And then the description will be up, and Kim's going to send me some dates. So in the next day or 2, we'll have more information regarding that. So I'm going to kind of send it off to Mona. Then when she's done, I'll give you like a 30-second break to go refill your coffee, because we have a ton of stuff to show you.
Good morning. We're switching spots here. I worked on a theme. My husband said when I was working on this theme, oh, you like desserts. Well, yeah, I do like desserts, but that wasn't the point. But so this is Spellbinders pie series. Now they have 8. Well, let me take that back. They have 6 dies, and they have a stencil and the words. So the first thing here is I'm going to remove my stuff. Give me a sec. The first is the stencil and the stamps, and the stamps are really great. Lots of sayings. You can see them all. There's a ton of sayings there. I love the little ants. I'm thinking of trying to figure out a way to incorporate that. So they got it. Pie friend, perfect friend, like you very much. Sublime. But really cute set that goes well with the dies. They also have like the picnic table stencil, which is really cute. And you can see I used it. And I think I used like a cherry or something. All the inks I used today, by the way, are from IO. I happen to have the complete set of IO minis, and they sit on my kitchen table. So when I'm ready to ink, rather than to look all over for colors, I just grab the mini. I also do all my stenciling with those when they're on the table. So these are these two, which is one part. Then there is also, this is called Pie in the Sky. Let me pull it out for you. Now you'll see that I have a little thing here, and that was so I could find the center, so I could do these two as inserts, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. This is the crust. This would be like the slits. A lot of detail here. You can even cut a slice. I didn't cut a slice for what I was doing, but you can cut a slice right out of the pie after you make it, so you could serve it. And you'll see in my envelope I have a whole bunch of the crusts, but these are just spacers, and they're made out of fun foam, just so I get a little depth. So before I had the fun foam, I used 3 crusts. Now I only use the fun foam and the crust. And I did shade all my crusts, and I will show you a card with it. Just give me a sec. I want to put these back in so I don't get... Sharon's got so much stuff out here. It's unbelievable. So one of the cards I made is right here. And this is the Pie in the Sky. And it also used the pie box. And we're going to go back to the pie box, but this is the pie box. The nice thing about the pie box is that it comes with, you can either leave the box closed or open. Of course, mine's always open, and I just put a piece of acetate in the window, so that's why it's taped like that, so I don't have to keep on refiguring. But it came with all these cute little tags, so you could use them if you see Hello Cutie, because a lot of these sayings fit into those tags, which was great because they're real small. So we have this one. Not only did I use the pie box and the Pie in the Sky and the words, but this series, just let me put this away. Like I said, I don't want to lose anything. This series itself has an add-on, and these are all the little fruits and fruits and leaves, and there's some hearts. So if you look at this, you'll see half an apple, daisy, another flower, your orange, lime, lemon, strawberry. I think this is a blueberry, or this could be blueberries, I'm not sure. Cherry, it's got some hearts, some Christmas type leaves, another kind of leaf. These little things right here, you die cut them, and then you could go back through and get a deeper emboss, and they represent chocolate pieces. Just great to go with the series. So I'm going to put that back. So I used that also to make my apple. And you can see this is where I used my stencil. And you know, I didn't care about the underside, although I did do my best. But what do you think? Pretty cute. Now, the next one I did, I have to do these in order, is, and this is very plain and simple, because that's me, I'm plain and simple, you know, is what they call a slice of pie. I just want to find the right, and that's this one right here. You'll see I have an extra crust here. Now on all mine, I did go in with a blender brush and kind of darken it up a little here. But this particular cherry came with the set, and I'm kind of humored because it's the exact same size as the other cherry in the other set. But and you'll see You Are Berry Sweet, and that was 3 stamps, because the berry you can type all by itself. So you have that. The fork is another set, and that comes with Serve It Up, which is this. So you get a knife, a fork, a spoon, the platter, and a serving. Now, when, I don't know if I did this, when I cut out a metallic, it's usually, metallic's kind of flimsy paper. I mean, it's stiff, but I don't know. I always back it. So I'll always cut out, and you can see did I back this one? I might have already. So there's this one, the fork. Then I would take the knife and back the knife. Just because right now, yeah, that fork I already did. It's so flimsy, so I like it to have at least a little stability. Even if you're gluing it onto the card, you want it to be, you know, a little more sturdy. So then I would glue those together. But generally when I'm using metallic paper, I do add an extra white. I don't bother with the metallic at the bottom, one, because it doesn't stick real well, you know, back to back, and 2, because it's just not necessary, so why waste my metallic paper? But that's the silverware, and you'll see my little fork on there, and look at how my fork, I don't know if you can see it, see how those prongs just stuck up? I thought that was so cute. You know, I didn't even bother to force them down. So the topping does come with the die right here, and it has a little slit. I don't know if you can, there. It has a little slit. Now you could also make, you know, like a pudding pie or whatever. You know, you don't have to put the lattice on, so it could be a slice of pumpkin pie. In all honesty, I'm not exactly sure what this line is for. I haven't figured it out yet, but when I do, I'll let you know.
Which one?
This line. I you know, looking at the piece, I could not figure out where it went, unless it goes right here, is all I could think of, maybe. I'm thinking maybe it goes right here, because that way it would be sort of like the end of the crust. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But so there's that one. And the hearts, like I said, that came in that multiple pack with all the other things. So there's the slice of pie. I'm just going to put here was the hearts, delicious decorations, this is called. Okay, so let's put our slice of pie back. And then the next one I made was, and what do they call this one? Oh, this one they call something pie. I would call it a dish of pies, but it is called perfect pie. No, yeah, perfect pies. Okay, so this was the perfect pie. And you see all the dies you get there, again, crust, the tin plate, the lattice topping, the filling. It could be cream, so you can make a chocolate mousse pie. Then they have a little dollop. These are tiny little chocolate chips. The word pie. I think this is a pumpkin, but I'm not sure. And then this you could also add to the top of your pie if you wanted. So just another decoration. So that's here. And the saying did come from the stamp set, so give thanks. So here's my pie in the tin with the crust, the lattice, and of course it's a pumpkin pie. And then the leaves, once again, the leaves came from this Delicious Decorations. So that's how that one was made. And if you're wondering about my oval, it's an old, my favorite things, I think they called it wonky lines or something, I don't know, but it was a wonky oval, I think. So it's an older die. But I did pop it also, so you can see. And while I'm talking about pop it, I know Sharon mentioned this, but from Honeybee, am I right, Honeybee, for these?
Yes.
From Honeybee, there's these strips, and there's two different sizes, an 1/8 inch thick and a 1/16 inch thick, which is perfect. And if you can see, it may be a little hard to see, but I can see some of it. You can see they're pre-cut in different sizes, which makes it great. It's $10.50 for a pack. However, you get 3 of these, and they're not. They look like they're maybe 8.5 by 5. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what it looks like. But all different sizes, easy to pull up, nice strips, different widths. You know, because sometimes you want them thin, sometimes you want them thick. So in both sizes, great deal. They'll always be in my stash. So there's this one. I'll move this aside. So I use pretty much every single pie. And then I went back to one more because I really like this pie. And I used the Sky Pie View with the box. And I kind of overdid it, but I made this huge Slimline card. So you can see these cherries were in the pack, the strawberries were in the pack. The server was from that other set. I tied a little ribbon, and then inside it says, "I'm just here for the pie." And I used instead of using the stamp, I used the pie word that comes in the other set. Which one was it? You can see there's so many sets. Well, oh, this set right here. So it has the word pie. So those were the 4 cards I made with the set. And like I said, I love the Skyview pies. So what I wanted to show you, though, before I give it to Sharon, back to Sharon, is the box. And that's right here. The reason I want to show it to you is because I have a couple tips that may help you not just in making this box, but in doing other things. If you notice, and it might be hard to see, bring it back. There's a score line right up here, right here. And I know that it needs to be folded back, but if I fold it back, it's very awkward because it's like going against the grain. So what I do is I use my thumbnail and I press it in so it'll go against the fold first. And then I'll use my scoring tool, bone folder, and I'll score it down. Once I have it scored down, then I can easily flip it because it's already in the fold and get that skinny line. So if you ever struggle with those skinny things, trying to bend it in the way it's supposed to and it's not going to go, fold into the crease first. Score it, and then make it go the right way, and you won't have any trouble. Now, I know there's some people that might want to press it against a ruler. Then you got to find your ruler. So I find this to be the best way to do this, is to fold it, get your thumb in there, fold it forward the opposite way it's going to go, because it'll fold easily, and you won't distort your fold line, and score it backwards where it belongs. Same thing here. Now, the one thing I will say about this box, they don't tell you to do this, but because I never know where I'm going to put things. Nothing new there, because you could also make this a shaker, by the way.
Oh, that would be cute. Yeah.
When you're assembling it, and I'm just going to do one end for you. I want to crease this good for you before I show you. When you're assembling it, I got to do one more side. you have this piece right here. So you're going to fold it and you're going to glue it just like that. So when you're done, you're going to go all the way around. You're going to have all these edges. Now what I did was I added that small 1/8 inch tape all the way around these edges. And then I cut a piece, because the box is approximately 2.5 by 2.5, and I set it on the back. So when I went to set it on my card, I wouldn't have to fumble or anything or fight with it. Plus, I wanted my pie, to hold still. And if you'll notice, my pies aren't slipping around no matter what. And that's because once I had my window in and I had my tape in, I only attached one side of this, and then I put a little foam adhesive. What do I want to call it? That makes it rise. Oh my God! And and then I flapped this out, centered my pie in there, and then went like this, and pushed so it would catch the pie, and then I could finish the box, and then my pie isn't moving. So just keep that in mind. If you don't put that little piece on the back, then whatever you have here is going to show through. So that's why I added an extra piece to the back. You could add tissue paper that would look really cute with the pie too.
Yeah, because it's kind of like in the deli box.
Right, right. So, I mean, this is just adorable. And like I said, it could be a shaker. You could put, like, because the sky and the pie die, it allows you to make little pieces. You could put those little pieces in there and make it a shaker. It would be cute. Yeah. So just so you know, it's a great collection. 8 pieces all together. You don't have to get them all. Find your favorite. But there's the pie slice, there's the sky and the pie, and then there's the, what do they call it? Perfect pie. And then there is the box, which you've seen, with the extra tags. There's the delicious decorations. There's the serving utensils, the words, which are awesome, and the stencil. So I hope you've enjoyed this. The cards will be in the store for you to look over. If you have any questions, I'm here till 2.
And then she's running.
So have fun with Sharon, because she's got a ton of stuff to show you, and it's all great. Bye.
So I don't know if Mona knows, but today is 716 Day. I forgot to mention. Did you see our face?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so she's probably getting. We have like the crew here. Sadie is our greeter today, and we have enough treats so that she barks at you. That's what she wants, and we have Mark moving things because we got so much in that we need to reset the store pretty much. So it's a lot of stuff going on. And being 716 Day, we decided to do kind of a little mini 716 special. So if you come into the store, you can pick 7 items and get 16% off each of those 7 items.
Here's my question. Do they all have to be different categories, or can they be?
No, it could be whatever. You can get 7 dies. Whatever. The only thing is, like always, it cannot be anything that's already discounted, and it can't be anything that is brand new. So anything with that purple mark on it that came in, the new stuff that we're putting out, we can't do that. And that is kind of my choice, and it's kind of a rule by the companies that we deal with. They don't want any of their products discounted in the first 30 days, and we abide by that. You will get marks on your card, so in a way you get some kind of discount down the road, but initially you can't. But so let's kind of let's move on. Let's see. If you can only see the table, it's like this explosion. But Moni, you can price the penny black, because we're going to put those out.
Do you have prices?
You'll see some prices. I flipped them.
Okay.
I
can do that.
Okay. Let's start with some of Tim Holtz. We finally got these couple new stamp sets a lot of people have been asking about. This is the Botanical Collage, which definitely is up kind of my alley. You have, you know, the vintage images, flowers, butterflies, and the old newspaper. Hey, Mark, your phone is ringing. And this really cool bubble background design. And this, because it is a larger stamp, they give you the acrylic block inside to use with this. And I think Allison said there's a ton of cool, can you hand that to her?
Sure.
There's a ton of cool things that, that Stampers Anonymous did with this.
Well, Tim's designers did go on Tim's
Yeah.
blog.
We have we actually have a couple of these dies left. We do have more coming in this week. A lot of people had pre-ordered them, so they got the first round of dies that came in from Tim's release. This is called the Collector. You can see in here there's tons of little different tags. You have that little mini folio envelope card, or envelope, the little insert. We have the postal, which has the envelope and all the little different labels that you can use in here. And then we have two great 3D embossing folders. We have the numbered, and we have the industrious. So probably by next week, we'll have some other samples made up, just because of everything coming in over the last couple days, and trying to get kits ready for our classes that we kind of loaded up our schedule. We didn't really have time to make any samples, but by next Saturday, we'll have more kind of finished samples to share with you and things that we've done with these products. So that's the Sizzix. Yes, there was so much more in that release, but it's sold out. So, okay. Stamp Market. This you cannot find online, but we have it in the store, and if it's something you're interested, you could just call us. Or you can come in and get it. And I really like the set. I love the font of it, the thanks and the thank you. So this comes in a stamp. It comes in the hot foil plate, which we're all loving, and it has the coordinating die. And the die works with the hot foil, and it also works with the stamp. And when we got these in our last order, they sold out. This is the Color Crush watercolor palette. And look for this being used in the watercolor class. Charlene bought one and absolutely loves the color palette and loves the quality of their paints. So we just got another order back in with these. Pink Fresh. This is a new stamp and die set, and one of the things I love about Pink Fresh, very much like Penny Black, they have some really nice sentiments. If you take the time and read through some of their stamp sets, they really, they really have some sayings and things that are quite different that you don't find everywhere else. And this is called Heart Smiles. So there's the stamp and then the coordinating stamp set. This is a really cool mini Slimline die, and this one is called the Mini Slimline Frame, part of their essential set. So Karen Levy wants one of these. I know Diane Wells had asked for one of these. Lois wants one of the paints. We did get a lot of the paints with the watercolor class in mind. This is the new Geo Arch foil plate from Pink Fresh. Very cool, very retro. Sometimes people don't like the style, like this Art Deco kind of thing really isn't something I like. But when you see it done and used, with something on top of it, and you see little bits of it, oh my gosh, they're beautiful. So this is the Geo Arch hot foil plate. And a new, the dotted scallops coverall plate. For me, like, these are like up my alley, just like embossing folders. Have to have each one. Just love texture. That's the whole thing. I'm not a big fan of smooth cardstock. I always feel like naked with it. This is one that's called Ornate Medallion. So this one will have little holes that will, diamond shapes that will cut out of this particular palette. This one is called the Floral Backdrop. So you have that little daisy-like print. We need 3 paints set aside. If you see more of these, Lois, Carol, and Karen. No, I think they're, yeah. Very cool die. This one is the Ornate Circle. So you can see that you'll have openings here and these cool kind of lined designs. There'll be cuts in the paper. They have to be, oh, wait here. They have to be close by because I know we didn't put any of that away.
3 more or 2 more?
2. The Fancy Rose Bunch. This is the stamp, the coordinating die. And there is a coordinating 6-piece stencil that, for those of you that don't like to color, doing the layering stencil will complete your card in a really, like, I think stenciling probably takes a quarter of the time that it does than to color. Maybe it, you know, even more time. You know, you can probably stencil that card in, 10 minutes. So, and this is Carol too. This is, here, I'm going to have you do, that's Carol. Let's see, this set, I love it because it's just very simplistic. And, you know, the sentiments in there, once again, are always really nice. This is the Folk Floral Stem. And that comes with the die. They also have the hot foil plate that coordinates with the die. So if you don't get the stamp and the hot foil plate, you'll be able to use that die. It works with both. And this also has a stencil that you can use with the hot foil plate. I know Heidi signed on, and she sent me this beautiful card, and that was foiled. That was a foil plate with the die. All of these were done with Pink Fresh, and it happened to be right behind me out on display. And, you know, just so you guys know, I love and cherish each card if we get cards here at the store and we put them on display. I really appreciate them. Okay, the other thing we got in, I know we were sold out, and they sold out really fast, and we got the new version in. These are the foil sentiments. And so whether you emboss something on your card or just add gold paper with die cuts, you don't have a hot foil machine, or you don't feel like, you know, bringing out your hot foil machine, this is a whole collection of sentiments already done for you. We got a bunch of these. They have a new, these are clear drops, the iridescent, and they have this cool little, really, you know what, that's it, you know, Heidi's saying that our 6-year-old did this stenciling. We have a couple customers that, I think Dawn, if she's on too, she has a grandson who's like 2 years old. He loves to stencil, you know, and I know Diane was mentioning she got some stencils for when she goes down to visit her grandkids. So this is a cool little tray. One of the things that you really don't need, but you really do need, and it kind of contains all your little embellishments when you're going to use them, because it has the little raised edge, and it's pretty because it has like a little embossed, etched design in there. And then when you go to put them back in your little container, it's pointed, so they'll just slide right down into that. So we got some of these in. Where to next? Okay, so that was Pink Fresh. Not a huge release, but everything in there is like beautiful. Oh. This is rice paper. We're going to start getting in more rice papers, and actually we'll do a Facebook Live to show you how to use this, but I want to make sure that we get enough in and a variety in, so slowly they're coming in. But this is a new one from Ciao Bella. And you could use these on, let's see. It says, supposedly, Carol, I can't see your whole question. Supposedly if my little handle that holds my phone, let me see if I can move it. Yeah, I can't see what your question is, Carol, so I'm not sure if it works. And we just got it in, so I really didn't try anything with it. So I'll go back and look at your question and see if I can figure that out. This is a new paper from Ciao Bella. It's a company that we get in from a distributor, and they're from Italy. And, you know, one of the reasons we get different papers from different companies, because they're quite different than what we find here. So I love this because these are great for cut aparts. If you could watch on your phone, maybe can you watch live? If you see anybody that asks, because I know Lois asked for a couple things. I'm trying to catch them, but it's hard. You guys are like
Houdinis.
Yeah. Okay. For the people that love doing, like we've gone through and I showed you how to use the easy 3D pop-ups. This is a new one. It's the Christmas floristry. This is what we used to actually use years and years ago. But years and years ago, we had to fine cut all these pieces. Now, this is a sheet, and you just pop these out. And you can see you get a lot more parts and pieces than you do in this. And this particular sheet, you get 3 different cards that you'll create, 1, 2, and 3. What's nice, they have the numbered system so that you'll see your base is, 1, and then you're going to put 2 on top of 1, 3 on top of 2, and so on and so forth, to end up getting these really nice designs. And here is some of the finished designs that you can create with these pieces. This is kind of like when you don't feel creative, yet you just don't want to sit there and not do anything, and you want to, so it's like mindless. And in the end, when you create these designs, they're beautiful. So we have that design in, and I think there was possibly one other as I go through the pile of new products.
So I just got to ask you, flowers that with foil plate?
I think it was this one. Okay. Yeah, she probably wants the whole. Okay. So, it's been a long time that I've seen anything that is really realistic Alice in Wonderland. So, Janine, if you're out there, I didn't see if you signed in. Karen Levy. Look what we got in. So this is from Azuka Studios. There's a 12 by 12 paper pack with all these different papers inside. Look at that. Look at the designs on these. It's just gorgeous. Oh, Janine, you are on. You get journaling cards. Oh, somewhere on the table, I think we have little 6x, oh, if you could find these. We have little there's two 6x6 paper pads of these. No, but they're Alice in Wonderland. So here you get these journaling cards.
This is the card. We're looking for the pad, right?
Yeah, there's two different pads. Are they over here? Maybe? No. If you could only see this back table, but I think a lot of you have been in the store when we've had these little mini, like, is it in there? Oh, we got so much stuff.
No paper pads here.
So these are the little journaling cards, and these are great. Like if you're doing, a little book or whatever, these little tags you could just pop right in there.
I gotta go.
That's okay. And then there's some die cuts, so you can see all the little die cut images. And there are 2 stamp sets. And as we go through everything, if I do come across the 6x6 pads, because there's kind of a mini version of this, and then there's a kind of a background paper pack that goes with that. So those are new from Azuka Studios, and it's the Alice in Wonderland. Oh, Allison? This is a new 12x12 Christmas paper collection pad. It's called Frosty and Bright. And this is from, let's see, Crafter's Companion. And in the back, you could see the different papers on the back. And I love that color palette, that turquoise and the pink and the kind of the mint. So they're double-sided papers in this 12x12 pack. Another little mini pad that we got in are collage frames, and these are from Azuka too, but you could see I think I have to open this because I'm not sure what they're talking about, collage frames. Oh, I don't think I can open it. You can kind of see that there's papers that have different grids in them, and so I believe that's what they are. If I have more of them, I'll possibly open one and I'll shoot a picture on Facebook. The store is open till 3 o'clock today, in July and August, and I've sent out emails and so on, and I believe we changed on Facebook, but we are closing at 3 on Saturdays so that Mark and I can go out and enjoy the rest of the day. I'm getting very selfish with the summer because this is like my kind of summer. If it was 90, I couldn't care if I was in the store, but it's been like 75, 80. These are like perfect days, no rain, so you got to do it while you can. Who doesn't love a good dandelion? And this is Queen's Anne's Lace and dandelions. I love these in nature. I don't particularly care for them in my garden, but I love to see them. I think they're just beautiful. So we have these 2 new stamp sets. And look at this cool stencil. I actually ordered enough so that I can play with one. Cool background. So I put cream on my hand, so it's hard to, I'm not catching everything. Let's see. Oh, we have some new Lisa Horton. This is the Oriental Bloom. And once again, this is a 3D embossing folder. These we sold out of, and we got these back in. The snowflake. Those came in. Some new dies from Creative Expressions. And these are like dies that I add all the time. Every time they come in, I grab one because they're not the typical smile, hello, thank you. They have some really nice little sayings on them, and they tend to work out really well in a lot of cards that I like to make. So we have Rejoice in the Season. This is a double one where you have Thinking of You and Thinking of You this festive season. So you can put that on the outside, this one in the inside, or you could just use the Thinking of You by itself. And we have a Joyful Christmas to You and Yours, so you can put that on the outside, you can put that in the inside. You know, if you have a little stamp set, you can use a little stamp set, Wishing You, and then you have a joyous or Joyful Christmas, and then just even on the front, you know, To You and Yours. Okay. We have more of the foils in. This is like a super duper deal. It's $49.99, and you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 different colors of foil. And, you know, you might look at it and say, oh, you know, I would never use that color. I would never use it. But you know what? That's where you go and use it, and you find like, oh my God, I'm so glad I had it because it was perfect for what I was looking for. It was very different. I have one of these sets, so we will be opening it up and foiling so you can actually see all the different colors in this. So we got more of these in. I told you guys we had a lot to show you today. Just a single little, the fairy hugs. So the people that like Lavinia also like this little stamp company, the Fairy Hugs. And these are the little, they call them ballerina dwellers, but they're just tiny little fairies. Or if you really don't, you know, like if you just want to get a little set like this, would be cute to add onto your little cards. A snowflake background. Oh, Paula wants one of the foiling. Or Paula Schmidt. In the series, this is one of our, this whole line of series is one of our best paper collection packs. Up front by the register we've had the ink drops, we had the pastel, we have the ocean, we have the blue. This is the new one. This is called the Rose. And this is purples and pinks and reds. And beautiful background papers. We used these in one of our stamp camps, so everybody got to play with it and see how easy they are to use to incorporate. Oh, Donna has a name for Kim's class. Dynamite cards. That was really cute. See? If it was me making that class name, it would be Pretty Pink Posh Cars and Dinos with Kim. Donna's so clever. We've really been loving these Studio Light dies, and these make little folios and booklets. This is one of the new ones, so if you could see in the back, you can create these little mini books with these dies, and using the dies from Elizabeth Crafts, they work so well together. So you can find these in our planner section with Elizabeth Crafts. They're not just all about planners. You can use these in your cards, and you can use them for making little books and so on and so forth. This is another new one, and you can see the little book designs that you get with this. And you get the little straps in this one. I love the little note paper. All these little tiny edges and such. Here's another book. This makes more of a square little book. Now, I will tell you that there are no directions in here. You can go to their YouTube And just remember to shut the volume off because it's in Dutch. There's no translation. So it's all about the visual. But
And Lucia's here
yes,
today.
and yes, Lucia is here. She is, she actually has a couple days, and she's the one who told me about that because I bought one of these, this one, and I was like, huh. I got all these parts and pieces, and what is this for? What is that for? And she helped me with that and suggested go to YouTube, but shut the volume off. Lois wants the embossing folder, the snowflake one. This.
No.
And then these are just tabs on your pages, different tabs, so you can see that you can have those little dividers, the little flags, and the little supports for your pages. So these are from Studio Light.
I'm going to show these to Lucia.
Yeah, and here's, I think we showed this one. Yeah, I think these are all duplicates. So we got a lot in because we've sold out of a lot already, so we're replenishing them. And these are some new dies from Creative Expressions. Now, Creative Expressions is a company based in England, and they tend to work with that A4 size, which is bigger than what we normally do. But a lot of these can be used on our cards, even though they tend to be bigger. Patricia wants one of the essentials with the notepad paper on the side. Pat Seifert?
This one.
Yeah. So you guys, we can't hold them. You know, we'll hold them for today. But what I would suggest, if you're not going to come in, just call and you can pay for it, and we'll keep it with your receipt underneath. This is a double edger. So with this, you die cut this on one side of a gatefold card and this on the other side to create, oh gosh, this is kind of what your design would look like. This is just a snowflake background die. And even though it is square, you can always cut it off and it would be smaller. Amy Corey is on. And I forgot to mention, we did the drawing for our raffle of the foil machine and die cutting machine, and Amy, you were the winner, and I forgot to tell you, you were in the store yesterday. I did it last week. I had it off to the side, and then life goes on, and I totally forgot. So congratulations, Amy. And then next time you're in, we'll make sure that gets packed up in your car. So thank you to everybody. We raised about $230 for Ukraine, and I think we're going to send it to the World Food, whatever. Judy will help me with that, but that's where we decided to put the money for our Ukraine fundraiser. Okay. Let me see. Okay, you guys still want more? Let's see. Let's do Spellbinders. So we have some new gem embellishments. They're self-adhesive, and I love because you get the tiny and the medium and, you know, super tiny and larger designs. World Central Kitchen. Yes, that's where we want to send the money. So we have black and we have that oval. This is a really cute die. We got a lot of requests in for it. It's the party balloon die. And this also looks cute if you put a little string, and there is a little box that would look like if you open the box, the little party balloon guy would be flying out of it. And eventually we'll have a sample of that because it's a super cute card. And then there's this great stamp set that you can actually use with that. It's my favorite party animal. I love you so much I could burst. And that would be cute with all your balloons. Let's celebrate you. Just super cute. And the font is different. It's kind of a fun font. This is a new die set by Rebecca Feakin, and this has there's a sample on the front, but what you are getting in this, if you flip it over, you will get this tag die and the different sentiments. So you have happy anniversary, you have the word Christmas, you have the word everything. Let's see if I can read upside down. Merry, I think years, holiday, new, and birthday. So you have several different sentiments that you can make with this one set. And it's actually a really sweet font. Another new die in their Christmas release is this Merry Christmas, which looks very retro, but look how sweet. You can make a very simple card using that. And it actually would fill the whole, pretty much the whole card on an A2 just by adding a couple little embellishments, whether it's snowflakes or flowers or ornaments, anything, but you can make a really fast card. And you get the background die and the letters. Okay, we got our first release of a lot of our Christmas dies in from Spellbinders. First of all, these are the solid hot foil plates, and I kind of did a little demo one day showing you how you would be able to use these. So we have the arch and the diamonds, and along with those arch and diamonds, we have the arch coordinating die, and I believe somewhere, I think we have the die that goes with, the diamonds. So as I go across my packaging, we'll be able to see that. Now, one of the things I want to make note, and you have to be careful, and I'll have everyone in the store kind of, let everybody know. The photo on the front is kind of an idea. So it's best, like, you might look at this. Sadie's like, Mom's talking. She'll feed me treats to keep me shut up.
I just did.
I know. But the photo on the front is an idea. That part, whatever die is on the back, you can use. It's not going to create this whole image per se. So this one tends to be all the little festive fillings that you can use inside the mailbox.
And I think that they even say something on the front that says,
Yeah.
This other products have been used.
Yeah,
it's very confusing.
Because they had a lot, we kind of mentioned to them, so you might see them on the shelf this way. It looks better this way when we, put them out, but we'll just keep that in mind.
They did the same thing with the pie series.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, we asked them, we have meetings, my Wednesday meetings, and Spellbinders was one of the meetings the other day, and they said there was, their response to it was a lot of the big box stores like that look. So that's why they went with that. So for the people that really deal with customers and that, we know that it's very confusing. So whatever, but we're just going to remind you. So there's an ice skate die, which actually a lot of people have asked for over the years. So that's nice. This is the little sentiment set for the foils. You can use these on your cards, but they actually they fit perfectly on the front of that mailbox. And so this one has a seasonal, it has a birthday, and just kind of general sayings on it. So there's foils. We got the little cardinal the little cardinal bird die cut. This one I love.
Isn't for the cardinal, is there a left and right?
You know what? I think right now, we only have the one that's facing left. So I don't know if they made one for both.
Yeah. They have a tendency to do that.
Yeah. This, Kim is going to be doing a Christmas class down the road, and this is the Stitched Ornament Die. And she's going to do some card showing that. It's not just for, you don't have to stitch. You can still use this beautiful ornament die to create some beautiful cards. So that's coming down the pipeline. Sure to be one of their best sellers because Bold Blooms, which we do have. We finally got it in stock. I don't know how long it's going to last, but this is the Christmas version. This is called Holiday Blooms. And we're using this in an upcoming class that I'm doing. And you can see all the different parts and pieces. This is just a winter evergreen foliage die. And this is from Susan, I think it's Susan Cockburn Tierney. And I believe there's a little ladybug inside there, which she does with all her sets. Oh, here we go. It's in the store, the Be Bold. This has been their best seller ever. This is another Christmas die that we're using in my class, along with the winter blooms, the sled. Oh, wait, see, this is where it's confusing, because we are doing the sled in my class, and we have that die in, but this is the sentiments on the back. Karen, which one did you want? Because there's a delay. I didn't know if you wanted this or you wanted the blooms, so kind of just let me know which one, and we'll put that on the side. Really sweet sentiment stamp set, and this is the Winter Garden Sentiment. Oh, I found the diamond dies to go with the diamond foil. Another set of Christmas words, a little bit smaller. Okay, the Be Bold. Got it. A foil plate. They have a beautiful foil plate. Let me see where it is. I'm finding other things I have to show you. Oh, here's that. Look at that plaid foil plate. Beautiful for the holidays, beautiful for any time. This is a stitched background, but once again, it doesn't have to be stitched. You can just die cut it, because you'll get those little lines and impressions in there, and just putting like little gems in those little holes, or just having that pattern, you know, tone on tone, they make beautiful cards. This, I just love this foil set. The little Christmas tree with the coordinating die, and then you have the extra little bits of foiling images and die cuts to go with it. This one is called Blooming Tree. That was like one of my favorites. Just very simple, and whether you color it or just leave it, I think it's just going to be beautiful. Just simple. And we have the Parcel and Post bundle, and then we have individually the mailbox, which is going to be a very popular die this season. And in the bundle, which is a little better price, you will get the die for the mailbox, and you have all the flowers kind of come in here. And you can see the foil on the front that you use with those sentiments. They have the parcel and post Christmas decorations I showed earlier. This die is included, so you can add all those little extra winter and Christmas designs in your mailbox. And then they actually have the one for Valentine's Day in here. So all those can get added in this collection. And this is the bundle. We also have the mailbox just by itself. So if you don't want all those other parts and pieces, you can just purchase that separately. Let me get a drink of water. Oh my gosh, we're going on over an hour. This will never load onto our... Yeah. I told you. It's going to be a long day. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, back to woodware. Couple more gnomes stamps. Look for a class coming up with that. We have the little birdhouse and we have the little house stamp. These are called Christmas House and Christmas Birdhouse. See, the reason I have to show all this is because then we can put it on the floor. Otherwise, I have to hold it so I remember what I didn't show, what I showed. Love this background. I think this is a really cool background stamp. And remember, just because I show it in black, I probably would not be stamping it in black. I probably would use tone on tone. Maybe even emboss a background. But I have one of these, so we'll probably be seeing samples with it. These cute little smaller sets, which we love. We have this adorable little gingerbread guy. We have the postage with the little bird, and we have the postage with the little snow scene and snow globe. And these are called snow globe stamp, gingerbread man, and the bird post. So the last, I think that's the majority of stuff, and then penny black. And expect to see some classes coming up in August with penny black since we got our order in. So we'll be having some classes using some of these new products. Okay, first, Kim already snatched one of these little bears. These are right up her alley, and I ordered a lot of them. This is called Love and Magic. And along with that, it's not Christmas. Oh, gosh, I might have found. There's another cute little, oh, here it is. The little bear that she's probably designing cards in her head already. And this one, even though it says just for you, Mom, she wants to use that little design. And this is called Mama Bear. So I'm sure we'll be seeing a class down the road. Some new dies. This is a holly die. And this one is called, you can see they put samples on the back. It's called Holly Days. I love this one because it's just flying geese and the deer. And you can see how they use the geese in the background. And a lot of times, a lot of people look for little birds and things to add. This is called Harmony with Nature. This is a stocking with little greenery and things that can get put into the stocking. And this is called Stocking Stuffers. That I did. So we need to add that total if she gets anything else.
So you rang it, but we didn't.
And I gave her die cut discount on that.
So you rang it, but we didn't take it.
Right, yeah. Just to get it out. And then this is just kind of stitching designs. And this is called the Cross Stitch Borders die. one of their new cling stamps. This one is called the Amaryllis Bundle, which I love this stamp. And here is a beautiful card. And I'm very, very fortunate. I am the recipient of some cards made by Jill Foster. If you ever watch her videos, this was done by her. So this is one of the actual cards that she created for their site. And so these are the two designs that she used for that. Love this new bird stamp. And this one is called Hollyberry Bird. And I know she recently did a post on using this stamp. Beautiful. This is a poinsettia, and this one is called Scarlet. And once again, we have a work of art from Jill Foster, and this is using a new Mary die, and this is a Mary edger, so you can use this along edge of one of the cards, and we're getting more samples in, so you'll be able to see how that edger works, but you can also use it by itself. It's called the Mary edger die, and this is Scarlet. And you can see you can do a single one, but this was done on each corner. We sold out of this, and we're going to be using it in our upcoming class. And this is called the Music Background stamp. The little geese would actually look great on the mini masterpiece, which we have in, and I'm not showing you those today. We're going to be doing a class using those little masterpieces, and there is now an issue with a shortage of paper, especially the linen paper that they use on those masterpiece designs. So unless I can get more, we're going to save those designs exclusively for the people that take the class. If you're not familiar what we're talking about, let me show you those little masterpiece designs. These are the masterpiece designs, and these are actually artwork by some of their designers, and they're printed on linen paper, special linen paper, and you can make really beautiful quick cards with them. So I did get them in, but they were very limiting on what they could send everybody just because of the shortage. So I already have some classes lined up for these. So that's one of the designs. There is this set. Just beautiful. Yeah, we do have some of the older ones here in the store from last year. Just because it takes a lot of time, it takes forever to reorder things. So I just tend to like get them in the first round, and then we can plan classes around them and don't have to wait for products to come in. So anyways, those are the mini masterpieces. And yes, those little birds would be perfect on one of those. Just a new little kind of greenery. This one is called Frosted Greens. That can be added. Lois, I already put a whole stash of stuff in there, and I did put that little bundle in there for you. So I'll go through and kind of show you later what I set aside. This, just a sweet little package. It's called the Joy of Giving die. Love, love, love this. The Joy. And see the sweet card that was made. And this is called Immense Joy. And we'll be using this die in our class. This is another great die. This one is called Bobble, and it's just a big circle ornament with different bows. And look how sweet that and simple that card is. And you can see that music background on there. And it's called Jumbo Bobble. This is the Berry Bouquet. Just a cling stamp. Oh, here's a joy. This is one of the cards we're going to be making in our class. This is with the immense joy. And this is one of the their background frame dies. Once again, these cards will be coveted.
I'm going to use your ladies' room. There's
Go.
nobody in it?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
And here's another cling stamp. This one is called Landscape. And once again, another sample that was sent. And look how beautiful. And these are just done with your blending brushes and inks. And how many of us would think to use that kind of, that rust color with the turquoise colors in the background? Just beautiful. And this is one that, like, you could take this stamp and probably do a ton of these in different colors. Just beautiful. Oh, here's that little bear. Little sample of that little bear. And sentiments. We always love Penny Black sentiments. And so we have a whole group of new ones. This one is Thoughts and Prayers. This one is called So Thankful. This one, is So Thankful. This one is, I believe, Shine God's Glory. This one is called Life's Journals, and we got it for like these designs I really like. But I love this for people that do scrapbooking or their junk journals or art journals. These would be really great to put in and great to use in your backgrounds. We have Joy and Warmth. Beautiful sentiments for outside and inside of your cards.
Are you still at it? I'm still at, I need that greenery, this way. Yeah.
And this one too?
Oh, I didn't do that one or the other pine cone.
Yeah.
I didn't go much. Was there another pine cone?
I think there's like a long, thin, kind of old, one of those long, lanky pine cones.
Oh, this.
Yeah. Good description.
Can I have the mailbox set?
This is called Joy Snippets.
So if somebody wants a set, they would want all of these?
That's the set, and then there's a single one.
Okay, and this you're selling as the set?
Yes. This is Not Older, Better. Different birthday sayings. And this is another great, it's called Nature's Garland. It's a great stamp set for backgrounds on your cards. Love the little mini sets. This is Shine Upon You, little sentiments. This is Festive and Feathery. And this one is Flurry. And two last cling sets, we have this pine cone. This is what I was talking, like that kind of wonky, longer pine cone. And this one is called Winter's Gem. For the people that use, you've done the class where you color on the back of the stamps, these are like ideal. And then we have this other pine cone. And this one is called Pine Cone Poetry. So I think I showed you a lot of things today. I know it's quite overwhelming, and I apologize for that, but this is the time of the year that the boxes just keep coming. And so Christmas is starting to really, companies started early this year because, and you hear it all the time, COVID changed everything. So people started thinking ahead and so on and so forth. And for years, we've always asked for Christmas in July. Well, now we have it. Therefore, since all this new product is coming in, we're resetting one of our bigger displays up to have Christmas. It's not going to be front and center of the store. We're just put, summer stuff up there. But we are, in the middle of the store having a Christmas display so that all the new things can be put up there. And, now you have no excuse. We started doing some Christmas in July classes. We'll have Christmas in August, Christmas in September and October. So we're going to kind of keep it going. So you have no excuse not to get your Christmas cards done. So I think that's it. That's all I have to say. We're working on Stamp Camp. The dates are on the calendar. So if you're interested, we'd love to have you. We have in-store, we have Zoom classes, so we're going to be doing that. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say for now. I don't know if this live, unless Jess can divide it and have two separate posts. I don't know if we can get this on YouTube. I don't know if there's a time frame. So I apologize for that, but you'll be really glad that you stayed with me because you got to see all the new stuff. So for now, I'm going to sign off. Have a great weekend. Remember our 716 sale in the store. We're here till 3. We would love to see you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, everyone.
We close in 5 minutes.